So I think music is the one thing that inspires me. It's my way of expressing myself and calm down, you know, after a long day. Um, Taking my guitar or just listening to music, that's what calms me down. I've not been recording and writing my own stuff for too long. I think it's the end of 2023. I released my first song on SoundCloud. But I've been playing guitar for basically all my life. I've started in primary school with guitar lessons, and I always loved singing. And a year ago, actually, I started teaching the piano to myself, and it's going pretty well. So I'm a very musical person and grew up with it.
Curtains of blood, the act begin.
Let's start with The Magician.
Magician hides his grin, 'cause he's the one to know.
Yeah, it's probably my newest song. I finished it a few weeks or maybe a month ago. Yeah, I got inspired by many factors. One of them actually being Robin Williams. I think everybody is familiar with him, being an actor, being a comedian, and then behind all that being a very vulnerable person who actually killed himself. It's always been inspiring to have that in society, and well, I kind of got inspired by the idea. The metaphor of a magician just came to my head, and the song pretty much wrote itself for the first two verses, because I wanted to make the first verse focus on an actual magician, second verse focusing on a person who's like a social magician. And then the third verse, it took some time because I didn't know in which direction I should go with the song. But I decided to make it that dystopian version basically, and have that pretty saddening ending.
And how do you do this? She whispers through her cries. The magician won't reveal his tricks until the day he dies.
There are some parallels to the first and second verse. If you're listening, you might not catch on to them immediately, but if you're getting deeper into this, maybe you will. And it's basically, suicide was the idea when writing the song. I thought that would be like the finale, but I wanted to leave it a bit open, you know, that it's not that he kills himself and it's over. But you could interpret it in many ways. I feel like it could also be the death of the role of the magician, and he left this role behind him. And yeah, that's basically the idea behind the song. Yeah.
He had on for one final time, and the grin's still on his face, like it has been throughout his days. For his illusion worked all right.
I've always kind of felt like depression and you know, some mental health is like a very I won't say underrated, but it's underrepresented topic in society. And well, in Robin Williams' case, I felt like the first time that I got to see a part of that it exists. In Germany, we also have like a football player, Robert Enke. I don't know if anyone's familiar with him. and he was also national player and everything, and happy family father. And then he took his own life, and it was pretty popular in Germany at this time. And well, those are the prominent faces you see when you're growing up. I was, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years old, and you're wondering why is someone taking his own life. And yeah, so I think the topic is basically everywhere in society, and I felt like it deserved its own song, because you can't see behind people's head. My father is a musical person. He loves to listen to music. He has many records in his room, but he never played an instrument. And my mother is also a very musical person. She never played an instrument, but she's very engaged in singing and in choirs and stuff like that. Not that she is actually in a choir, but she likes to go to those events where you gather with a lot of people and then sing some Christmas songs or something like that. When we drove to holidays and to vacations, my dad put together a CD in the beginning, and we listened to it the whole way through. And other families, they don't have that connection to music, so I'm very grateful, obviously. And yeah, but it's also a very individual experience, as you said.
Let's do Enough.
Mm-hmm.
So Enough is, I'm guessing it's about, is it like a father-son thing, or?
It's actually a mother-son thing.
Steps encouraged me to keep singing, helped me through every relapse. Though you said I've been your rock in the toughest times, I could only stand so strong 'cause you were by my side.
I've been abroad in the November and December of last year, and I kind of felt like writing a song, dedicating a song to family and to my mother, because I'm a very introverted person, and I'm not that emotional and showing off emotions and stuff like that. And so I thought, like, well, the question behind it all is basically, was it enough that I have shown, which is pretty deep, I feel like, and a very personal song for me. Yeah, that's kind of the idea behind it. And I've imagined, the day will eventually come when she will no longer be with me, and that's basically a confrontation with that feeling, with that fact, basically. Yeah, it's difficult to write something like that, I feel like, because it's a very deep thing, and it's in yourself, and you have to go pretty deep to get those lyrics out.
For you to know how much I love you, has it been enough? Enough for you to know how much I care.
Yeah, but I think those are the songs that stick around for a long time, that are personal and that people can relate to. I actually have one person on SoundCloud who sent me a cover version of Enough, which I thought was pretty wonderful, because I have never had someone covering one of my songs. And he sent it to me and said, "Yeah, it's a great song," and yeah, I wanted to share my rendition of it, which is like the greatest gift of all, I feel like. And it shows to me that basically everybody can relate to this feeling, because everybody has family, and will eventually part ways with him.
I hope it was enough for you to know how much I love you. Has it been enough? Has it been enough for you
even though certainly people are out there who share their love in a huge amounts, there are even more people I feel like who are not that showing of love and affection, and then in the final days and weeks sit near the deathbed and pour their hearts out. And I feel like to avoid this situation, I kind of felt like writing a song like that now when everything is still going great.
So are you, I mean, it's hard for me to tell, but are you a pretty reserved guy then, even with your family?
I mean, we have a great connection, and I'm great with my family, and but I still feel like the emotional side, I'm pretty reserved, not only with my family, but in general. And I think that's also one of the reasons why I care so much about songwriting. You know, that's like the personal diary, like letting out of emotions and thoughts.
Hope you've seen it in my silence, in every small thing I've done. 'Cause you've made me the man that I have now become. I'm not a man of emotions, I keep my feelings inside. But my love for you is nothing.
That's also the thing that stuck to me the most about songwriting. Not necessarily the feedback or something you get, but the feeling of myself being a bit happier after writing it all down and writing a song and having made something. It's just a great feeling. And if that's also my way of dealing with emotions and stuff like that, I think that's just the best thing that could happen.
I keep asking to myself, have I done enough? I hope it was enough. Enough for you to know how much I love you. Has it been enough? Has it been enough for you to know how much I care?
I never was like a child with huge singing ambitions, but my mother always said, yeah, keep singing, and I like your voice. And it's always been in like a more private space, but I'm kind of self-assured about my voice, to be honest, but it took some time to get to the point.
The lights will not go out in Darfur.
Yeah, it's a political song about Darfur, which is a region in Sudan. I've always been kind of interested in the continent. The media is only focusing on the things that interest the public, and the public does only care if it is somehow related to them. Basically, if we have some problem with it, if there's anything shortage of any goods or something, then it's something that the public cares about. But in this case, it's just a humanitarian thing, and I feel that those wars and genocides could be prevented more and better if people would listen and people would care and people would get to know about it in the first place. So that's my kind of representative song of that style of playing as well. You know, being a political song. I haven't wrote a political song up until that point.
Determines enemy and friend. The world will not look down to Darfur, 'cause there is nothing left to gain. No one cares enough to listen.
You have any other political songs? You don't usually sing political songs, right?
No, actually not. That was the first one, and I don't like to get too political because I feel like it's too close to reality sometimes, that it's kind of pushing back my imagination, my emotions and feelings, because there's so much which comes up when you're talking about politics, and it kind of departs people, and it parts society, and I think music should be a thing which is for everyone, and about emotions and feelings, which of course can be about political things, and I appreciate it if people write political songs, but for myself I think it's more more about writing personal and introspective songs than political songs.
Yeah, and I have to say one thing too is with your political thing that you've picked out and the genre of music that you sing and stuff, you're doing your own thing, which I appreciate about you too. It's like it's smart
Thank you.
personalities comes through in your music, which is nice.
'Cause the lights will not go out in Darfur.
I wouldn't say teaching is my passion. I'd say I think I'm good at it, and I can see myself working in that field for a long time. But if I had to choose my passion and could choose what I do for a living, I'd 100% choose music.